All right. So your international career, although you were born in Trinidad and Tobago, you are, I think, you are an American citizen now, I believe.
Yes.
And you played for the USA men's national team.
Correct.
When did you make your debut? How long did you play for the team?
I made my debut in 1982. We had, like I said, we had another festival tournament. Albert Surratt spoke about that a little bit. It was a Olympic festival. And from there, it was East, West, North, and South. It was in Indiana. And from there, they selected a squad, which was 25 players, to go and train in Berkeley, California for 2 weeks. And then we'll go in another 2 weeks in Colorado Springs to do a 4-nation tournament. So I made the team. That was in 1982. I left my job. I was working for the bank in New York. They didn't want to give me a leave of absence, so I resigned and went out to make the team. In 82, in the a true story. Here we go. Here's a good story. I probably wouldn't have made the team if it wasn't for Albert Surratt. So Albert, if you listen to this, thank you very much. Albert and myself were in a room together. So we had training the next morning, and our training was brutal. I was hurting from head to toe. We had training at 7 a.m. You do drills, run, and then at 12 o'clock you have lunch. You get back on the pitch at 1, you do more drills, you play games, and then later on you run again. And then we have videos at nighttime, watching other countries. So at the end of the night, went to bed. Probably maybe it was 10:30, 11, and they wake you up at 5:30 in the morning. It seemed like I just turned over on a pillow and they were knocking on the door. So Alva got up, started getting dressed. I'm still in bed. I was like, Rawle, let's go. We have practice. We have a run. And we had a 3-mile run that morning, and I'm hurting from head to toe. So I tell the coach I'm not going. He said, you have to go. You're younger than me. You have to go. So he finally got me out of bed. And I went and I did the 3-mile run, and I finished in the top 5. And I'm like, okay, if I could do this, I could do anything. So thank you, Alva. Yeah, so basically I started in 82. So that from there I made the squad. We went to Colorado Springs 4-nation tournament. We played in the tournament, and since then I played on the team from 82 to 89. I finished with 92 international caps games. So between that time, next year I made the Pan American team to play in Caracas, Venezuela. We finished 4th in that tournament. The following year was Olympics, and I played in Olympic Games. And right after that, we came back. Then I was back in New York again, and made a team in 87 again. Pan American Games in Indianapolis. We won a bronze medal that year. And 89 was my last year. I was player, coach, and sometimes captain on the team. We did a first resident camp in Colorado Springs. It was for 9 months. We was training for the Intercontinental Cup.
So you played in the 1984 LA Games.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
Wow. It was like a kid in a candy store, to tell you the truth. From day one. I mean, you train almost pretty much all your life for this, and here you are. I could still remember the day that we walked in the stadium opening ceremonies. We were the last team to enter the United States, and we walked in, and you had 106,000 people screaming USA. You got goosebumps, and you're like, man, I'm here. So every game was intense. You train so hard for these games. You get your mind off of everything else and just hockey. And you're there to play your best, and you're playing against the best in the world. So we didn't win a game. We drew 2 games, one against Kenya and Malaysia, but then we lost in penalty strokes. But prior to the last game, we were on TV for 15 minutes. We were playing Australia, and Australia was winning every major tournament. They were blowing away every team in the Olympics. And we were down 2-1 with 15 minutes to go. So they filmed us for 15 minutes prior to the games. Also, during the games, I was on the Today Show. They filmed me at my house in Brooklyn in a park that I used to train. I used to train on this handball court, and they had 3 walls. So I hit the ball, run, catch the ball, hit, stop. So it's practicing my stopping and hitting at the same time. And that helped me out a lot, because at a time when I was playing with my dad's team, there was no training. Every Sunday they play. But so that's why, like I said, I joined the Islands back then. But the Olympic Games was just unbelievable. It's you meet so many different people too. I met some boxers, Michael Jordan. I had lunch with Michael Jordan. My brother, also Keith Cox, was with me that time. That was in Syracuse before he became Michael Jordan. he was just coming out of high school, so no one knew him. So, knew of him anyway. So and he had lunch with us, and it was really, really nice.
So, what did you tell him over lunch? What did you feed him?
But we were just talking, and he said he was born in Brooklyn, and we were from Brooklyn, because I was playing on the junior team, the South team, and my brother was on the East team. And so after we had lunch, he said, why don't you come check out my game? So my brother and myself were big basketball fans. We love basketball, man. My brother used to coach basketball. And he said, think he could play? I said, he's tall enough. So when we went to the gym back then, there was no dunking in college. But if the ref's not in the arena, you could dunk. So before the refs came in, they were on a warm-up line, and he was doing some dunks, and we were like, wow, okay, he's going to be good. And that was it. I mean, he's awesome. But during the Olympic Games, barely talked to him, because I guess he had so much people around him. He had Wheaties, Gatorade. Everybody wanted him. He always had meetings and stuff like that. You always seen him walking real, real fast with a coach and one of the coach's son. So